I'm talking about liquid.
My man, Golden Gecko. Yeah, we are talking about liquidity. Um, I made a video about efficiency of the market, and then I dove deeper into the issue and talk about how buyers bias as well as seller bias contributed to the inefficiency of the market. Another component that is a huge part of inefficiency is liquidity. For those that don't understand the term, it is, in the simplest way I can explain it, is how quickly you can sell something. Okay, if you're familiar with the stock market, it's very liquid. Prices are very fluent. Okay, you can, if you want to sell a stock at, if the stock is at a particular price, for example's sake, if Apple is $250 right now, and you want to sell a stock, your share of Apple at that price, most likely when you place your order, you likely can sell it around that price. Give or take a few cents here and there, depending on how quickly you put in your trade, unless you put in a limit order that is higher than the current market price. That's a different story, okay? But it's very liquid. That does not mean that a liquid market can't go down fast, okay? If you follow the stock market, you have seen situation where the stock market have a bad day. A stock can have a bad day. The entire market can have a bad day. When a market have a bad day, we're looking at 2% plus. Okay, a 1% move is not good, especially if it's 1% down. But in general, it's not scary. But when the market overall drop 2 or 3% in one day, that usually unnerve a lot of people. Okay, for those that follow the stock market, I'm sure you will agree with me. A 1% move up or down, not a big deal. When you see 2 to 3% move, especially on a red day, ooh, it it hurts a little bit, right? So, but that being said, some stock can easily drop 10, 20, 30% on one day. So liquidity is nice when things are not moving fast. When things are moving fast, okay, even something is liquid doesn't mean much, because if buyer step back and not going to support a price, you're going to see price fall quickly. Okay, so let's move that over to the comic book market. There is no question comic book is not as liquid. It does not mean that it is a bad investment, right? Because there are many investment vehicles that is also illiquid. Most notably, real estate. Okay, real estate is not a fast-moving asset. You don't buy a house and sell a house in the same day, right? In general, right? I can't say about the real estate bubble back in 2006, when things was crazy. Who knows? Somebody can buy something and sell something in the same day. I don't know. I never heard of such a thing, but I'm not going to say it never happened. But real estate is a slow moving asset. It takes times, it takes paperwork, it takes all kind of stuff to go through a transaction. So it's not fast moving. By that definition, it's not a liquid asset. Okay, so it's not, so I don't want people to equate something that's not liquid as bad. Okay, certain things is not moving fast. A lot of things does not move fast. Okay, collectible, same thing. Doesn't matter if it's baseball cards, vintage cars, or comic books. It takes time to move something. It's not a snap of a finger. It's not logging on with my iPhone, push a button to sell something and bang, bang, boom, it's done. Okay, that's how quickly it can happen to sell a position in my portfolio. Not so simple with a comic book, even if it is in a slab. Okay, you heard people talk about this all the time. When you create a book, it's more liquid. Yes, more liquid. Okay, does not mean that it is liquid. Big distinction. Get that through your brain. Just because it is more liquid, all that means is it's easier, quicker to sell, but it's still an illiquid asset because it takes time to sell something. You can't just say, I want to sell that right now, and boom, it happens. There's a lot of price discovery. You have to put it out there and hope to find a right buyer that's willing to step up to pay you the books, pay you the price that you want. So there's a whole lot of things that can happen, even if you want to sell something quickly. Now, the best thing for anyone that put a lot of money into illiquid assets is that you gotta be patient. Okay? You have to let time work for you. If you are a patient seller, okay, you can wait out for the right buyer to step in and buy your books or your house, okay? The problem with this is that in bad time, in times of need, illiquid assets are bad things to have because for whatever reason, if you need to raise cash quickly, medical reason, family emergency, house burned out, car crash, whatever, you need cash quickly. It's a lot easy and quick to sell some stock in your portfolio the next day to get the cash to go and pay for whatever things you need to get paid, right? No one would dispute. That's easy if you have a portfolio that you can liquidate some position for the cash that you need. But if you have an illiquid, slow moving assets like comic books, it's not as easy. Okay, whenever I get into a debate with another collector about liquidity and the problem with comic books, I always have to say that, yeah, if you have time, if you are patient, if you are not forced to sell something quickly to raise that cash, absolutely, you are likely to be able to find a buyer that step in and pay you the price that you want. So in that situation, it doesn't hurt the value. You're not gonna have to give a big discount to get rid of it. But we all know how things work in this hobby. I sold a lot of stuff. Many people out there that watch this video sold a lot of stuff. You know the kind of discount you gotta give, right? How many people have a fire sales of anything and get the best money they can get? Does the term fire sales go hands in hand with the most money you can get? It doesn't, right? Not in my reality, okay? I'm not sure how other people perceive a fire sales, but whenever I hear someone, I gotta sell something quickly, I need to dump something quickly, usually that coincides with getting less money, less than fair market value for the book. So when it comes down to comic book, that's one of the characteristics of the asset, okay? It's illiquid. If you want to move it fast, it better be a uber hot books, okay? And you know how hard it is to get a book to be in that situation when it's uber hot and someone is gonna go crazy and pay you premium to get that book. It does happen, okay? But right now, I'm shooting this video December of 2019. I'm sure I will load this sometime early part of 2020. This past year, in 2019, the market has cooled off significantly, right? So there's not a heck of a lot of hot, super hot books out there that jump crazy big prices where you can get out on the high end even if you sell quickly. So it's tough, you know. It can be done. I'm not fast enough. Okay, that's why I prefer to dabble in the slower, sure thing that I think I can sell for decent profit and not have to worry about fighting time. Okay, so you know, as long as you understand how the market behave, you can situate yourself so that you won't get hurt. Okay, so if you know that this asset, comic books, are slow moving, not easy to sell, illiquid, likely to get a discount, have to give a discount if you want to sell something quickly, then by all means, don't put your last saving dollar into this hobby. Because if there is an emergency and you need emergency money, the last thing you want to do is have a fire sales on your collection on a bunch of books to raise the cash you need, because you are sure to get less money than you need. So my advice to a lot of people is, it's okay to put money into this hobby as investment, but it's also a must that you allocate a bigger part of your assets into more liquid investment, so that in case of emergency where cash is needed quickly, you don't have to have a fire sale in your collection. You can sell some stocks, some mutual funds, get money out of your saving, whatever it is. At least allocate a portion of your money, your saving there. Emergency money should never be put into the hobby. Never, okay? Ain't that yapping? Makes sense? Yeah? Bye.